Hi everybody, it's just me and my shed with my iPod problem, and of course the ongoing problem of the leaking shed roof. It's a beautiful bright sunny day today, sunlight trying its best to penetrate the thick cobwebby windows of the shed. So I've been on the roof to have a look at the leaks. It's still a bit damp, so the flash is not really taking, so I've given that up as a bad job. I'm coming here to discuss today's key question: should you buy an iPod Shuffle? Spoiler alert, yes you should. They'll probably not buy one individually because they can be ridiculously priced these days, but my default search at the moment on eBay is iPod Job Lot or iPod Bundle, and that's put me in contact with people that have got 3 or 4 iPods to sell at the same time, and often in the package comes the iPod Shuffle. Not everyone's friend, but this what do you call that, blue? This one I picked up fairly recently. I think does it work? Yes, that was a song coming out of that. Let's do them in some kind of logical order though. First of all, this one. This is the first generation iPod Shuffle, initially in a 512 megabyte and then 1 gigabyte combination. I've got one of each, but I brought this one in because it's got the cord that goes with it. If you remember, and you probably don't, when the iPod Shuffle first came out, there was a succession of cartoonish characters dancing against a green background with one of these around the neck. And to be honest, to modern eyes, even to my old person's eyes, they look a little bit strand and cable heavy, what with this strand round the clip and the headphones as well, because obviously Bluetooth was not a thing. On the back you've got off, a repeat, a shuffle option and a battery indicator. Now if you click those across, you can select them. I like this because this is a warning that it's on. This to my eyes looks green. It does seem to indicate that it was ready to play something then. I don't know. If you pull that off, you've got a USB interface, and at the back, at the bottom rather, you have the headphone jack. I don't genuinely know what will happen if I press this. Something. I think this has got a succession of post-punk classics on it, but not put that on for too long. My issue with all of these is that I'm colourblind and I can't really tell. I think that's red now, and I think initially it was green, which may be indicating that the battery is not really going to last that long. I had this on charge a little bit yesterday. It can function apparently as a memory stick, though nobody's looking for a 512 or even 1 gigabyte memory stick these days. So this is an early work in progress. It does introduce here this click wheel with volume up and down, fast forward, rewind, skip, go back, play and pause button there. And I suppose that's quite a neat solution to charging. Just stick it straight into your USB 1 at the time, I think. Slot, and you can tell when it's off. And you can, as with all of these things, the beauty of them is that they're very cheap and cheerful. I suppose you get some glances if you had that around your neck on the bus these days, but I think it's a quite convenient thing to stick. I mean, what I do with all of these is I take an album like 101 running songs on it, or I can't believe they're not running songs, or something just jaunty and upbeat, and just stick in a random upbeat joggers album like that, stick it on there and run with it, because this is honestly not going to take any damage. No screen to break, no battery to disconnect, I think, unless you really tried. So if you wanted something cheap and cheerful, these though, I think, looking on the market, they're going for quite hefty sums, and I only bought it because I wanted to have one. I've got two, the 512 and the 1 meg. I use it occasionally, but that was replaced by the guy we just had on earlier. This is the iPod Shuffle 2, and just to declare interest, I do really like these. Aluminium, I think, clip with all the kind of regulatory information behind the clip so you can't read it, which is handy. Don't know what that says, but it says something similar kind of play button, but now the shuffle button is here, the blinking light of some colour. Possibly worth having a listen to see if that will play, and that maybe will tell me as well as you whether it's blinking blue, green or red. Nothing looks red to me, I don't know. Not a great deal. These of course came with this, the charging solution, which I quite like. They're quite nice. Only goes in one way, that way. Stick it and charge it through the headphone socket, clip it in, and you should get indication that it's powering up. And again, you can tell if it's on or off with that little indicator there. And I picked up several of these. This is the one that I did have one of these from the actual iPod days. They came in a variety of colours. At one point, I think Apple swapped out all the colours for different colours and then swapped them all back again, if I recall correctly. Goes up to 2 GB these. And when I was on the shed roof, I had this one, I think, clipped onto the side of my jumper. Very handy for outside work. If you just want some music playing, you don't care about a screen, this I think is probably my go-to. This is the main guy, and they are, you know, as I say, as they come in job lots, they can be picked up very cheaply. I mean, I've not spent loads of money on these. This is the box, I believe, of the iPod Shuffle. Let's open it. Comes with this has previously been opened. The charging cable and your guy and the of such regulatory information of some description. That's the iPod Shuffle box, designed in California and assembled in China, as is the way of the world. Now, third thing, let's just move those guys out of the way, is this. This is a 3rd generation iPod Shuffle, absolutely tiny. I think this is steel now, the clip, rather than aluminium. Pink, and again, I won't list all the colours, you have to Google it, but there are lots of different colours available. The problem with this is, as you see, there are no buttons on it at all, apart from on-off shuffle, and all the controls were done through inline headphones, and I haven't got any inline headphones for this, and nor will it hold a charge at the moment, so this is more of a curiosity. Came with one of these, I think, which is the charging cable. It's very simple, USB to headphone jack. But as I say, I'm not recommending that you buy one of these unless you have a particular affection for it, or you particularly like pink brooches that could easily get lost. And then the final iPod was the 4th generation. As I've said before, I always like an inscription. That one says best bridesmaid ever, 12 10 12. So, you know, it's 10 years old, but 10-year-old tech. I mean, I've got hi-fis that from the 70s and 80s. I've got working 78. I've got a working Edison player from 1898. So I'm not going to knock tech that's 10 years old. this is, and the previous one had that voiceover feature where it will tell you what you're listening to, if that's your kind of thing. I'll be honest with you, it's not my kind of thing. Don't know if this has got anything happening with it at the moment. It has got something happening. Don't know how well it's holding a charge, but it's definitely playing something. And again, variety of colours, a smaller box for the iPod Shuffle. This one is, what would you call it, a lighter blue, kind of steel blue. I kind of returned to form, I think, for the iPod Shuffle before they discontinued it. Easy button, well, quite fiddly, but you know, the standard control. I'm not sure this is doing anything at the moment. Let's turn it on and see. No, I don't think it is. But if you find one of these, and again, they're not cheap. If I was looking for an iPod Shuffle, I'd be looking for a second gen 2 gigabyte, if possible, version. Clip it to your belt, stick it in your condom pocket if you want. They are tiny, and you've always got some music wherever you go. And as we all know, having music in your life is a real boon. Connect it via iTunes, get an old version of iTunes from the internet, populate it with all your digital music, and you can show everyone in the world that you were, or you could pretend you were, the best bridesmaid ever. That's the iPod Shuffle. Get yourself a load of one of those. Enjoy your lives, enjoy your music. Catch you later. Bye bye.